Okay, who did this? Who's responsible for this? I said I wanted fudge rounds. This is a Star Crunch.
This is a Star Crunch.
Totally different treat, you putrid son of a bitch, you.
I don't know how you
got this wrong when Anthony Jeselnik has been out there in the woods singing about it for the past month. Man, you are fired. Okay? You're terminated, which is a scarier way of saying fired. But since I'm a good guy, I'm gonna choke this thing down. What's that? We're on? Okay. Before you leave, cut that last part out, okay?
Oh, hey guys, we're back with another episode of the program.
What do we do on today's show? Oh yeah, on today's program, we'll be checking in with a news organization that we're often want to check in with. It's a good way to get what's going on, what's going on in the news. But before we do that,
y'all know what it is.
That's right. Person of the day. Okay, guys, there's only one way to describe person of the day, which is...
It's weird.
He's a senator from the great state of Kentucky. He's a senator from the beautiful and great state of Kentucky. That's right. What's this stupid guy's name? Mitch McConnell. He's got one foot in the grave, many say, not me, but let's check out. He's going to clear things up because he's been kind of freezing.
Now, one particular moment of my time back home has received its fair share of attention in the press over the past week.
Uh-huh.
But I assure you, August was a busy and productive month for me and my staff back in the Commonwealth. Now, one particular moment...
Okay, well, that clears everything up. We're very busy. You've been busy. That definitely clears it up. That makes sense. Sometimes when I'm busy, I don't know, doing nothing, ripping the people of Kentucky off or whatever, sometimes I just freeze for like a straight minute and forget where I am, at a press conference. So it's all good. Great. Good for you.
So it's rare to see actual biblical level events taking place in, normal everyday life. But that is exactly apparently what is happening over at Burning Man. Now, I've ignored Burning Man successfully for several decades at this point because, frankly, it seemed like a bunch of weirdos out in the desert being weird with each other.
Hey,
and that's pretty much what it is.
Okay, so he's talking about this Burning Man thing. I think this is pretty funny right here.
Again, unlike in the past, when everyone who was poor aspired to be rich. And what that meant is that if you were poor, you aspired to also imitate the lifestyles of the rich and famous, which meant that if you go back to the photos of the Great Depression, people are standing in line for their tickets, for their food, and they are dressed in suits. Now you have the richest people in our society who are attempting to dress like homeless people to prove to everybody else, while they're earning billions of dollars, that they actually despise the billions of dollars they're earning. A culture that hates itself cannot long survive, by the way. What you see in terms of the actual stats from Burning Man.
That's great. Why were there some pictures of people during the Great Depression wearing suits, standing in lines wearing suits? It was because they were really on their aspirational grind set mindset during the Depression, during the Great Depression. They were really on that grind set tip back then when they were waiting in line to get basic food. But we've really lost that. We've really lost that grind set mindset, Great Depression mindset. And now rich people go to Burning Man and they don't wear a suit. So I think the point there is pretty clear. And if you don't get it, then it's so stupid. You make me sick.
That capitalism always... The other way to view this is that, again, you have an entire elite strata of our society that hates itself. And that is constantly seeking to signal to everybody else how much it hates itself by doing things like going to Burning Man. They're not seeking to exemplify the behavior that everybody else should engage in. And if they do, they believe that behavior should apparently be this hippie-esque garbage. And we should all basically just laugh and giggle along with them as they go to the pleasure dome that has been set up in full Sodom and Gomorrah style.
What? Everybody online has been making fun of this guy for as long as he's been online, And then every once in a while I see a clip and I'm like, oh, we're making fun of a guy who desperately needs a mental health check. Because you listen to that segment, even if you're, one of his 80 or 90-year-old viewers, you still listen to that and you go, what? Because he's like, the reason that a lot of rich people go to Burning Man is because they feel bad about being rich or something. Which, of course, it's the exact opposite. It's like they're reveling in their wealth by going out in the middle of nowhere, which is, it's expensive. This guy's whole thing is about having lots of money. Everything's about money and having lots of money. But I guess once you get money, once you get rich, his view of being rich is like, what, you waltz or something? You go to dinners where there's like a bunch of forks and you waltz. And then people are like, ooh, wow, people get very excited. I think I know what it is. Okay, once you get rich, this is probably what his idea is. Once you get rich, what you do is you play the violin all day and collect Nazi memorabilia.
Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Use promo code Shapiro at checkout for 10% off your order. That's
Now?
blackriflecoffee.com.
Okay, where do I put in the promo code? Is it at the checkout? Or, okay, I'll deal with that later.
Use promo code Shapiro for 10% off. Black Rifle Coffee is America's coffee.
10%?
Okay, so just to fill out what Burning Man is before we explain what God did to it, apparently. And I get to say that because the left does this all the time. Right, the left acts as though when a hurricane hits Florida, it's because of the great sin that we have all committed in driving cars and, running our air conditioners. So I also get to make a joke about how if a bunch of morons decide that they are going to jet set into the desert in the middle of nowhere where it's 115 degrees to screw each other, and then there's a giant rainstorm, biblical style, that floods them, and no one bothered to bring enough wood to build an ark. Sorry, I get to joke about you guys. Your own fault. Okay, so.
Okay. All right. That's great. I did get the feeling watching that little part where you're talking to somebody and then it clicks and you're like, oh, they're crazy. Oh, they're crazy. Okay, so let's keep the temperature low here. Because it's like, oh, yeah, sure. People say climate change is causing bigger storms that are wiping out a bunch of crap. If they get to say that, then I get to say that God striketh down with furious anger on the Burning Man. That's what happened. Okay. Okay. If people recognize basic scientific crap, I get to say that God struck down people for having a party in the desert. If you don't get it, then, blah, blah, blah.
Burning Man encourages the individual to discover, exercise, and rely on their inner resources.
Oh.
Well, we saw how that went. We'll get to that momentarily. When they relied on their inner resources
Hey, calm down. Calm down, man. I can tell you're doing that under that desk. I don't know why, but you're doing it.
Radical self-expression. Radical self-expression arises from the unique gifts of the individual.
Ooh.
No one other than the individual or a collaborating group can determine its content.
Okay.
It is offered as a gift to others. In this spirit, the giver should respect the rights and liberties of the recipient.
Okay.
Isn't that nice? Radical self-expression. Now, what I like is the proviso there. The proviso there is that your radical self-expression makes no demands on others. It makes no demands on others. Well, yeah, except for the fact that radical self-expression as a core value system requires the acceptance, approval, and tolerance of others, clearly. So there are limits to radical self-expression.
Okay.
Communal effort.
I mean, does his audience even know what the hell he's talking about? I mean, we are just watching like a little kid talking to a phone that's not connected to anything, right?
Radical self-expression, it does have limits because somebody else is going to get in their way.
I mean, this is definitely true for him. I would love to see it. That would be a great documentary, like a feature-length documentary of this guy goes to Burning Man. He would just be walking around Burning Man like,
there's a lady with dreads. Her face is painted like the Crow, and she's riding around on the Razor scooter. This is an offense to me, personally. This is an attack on my person.
It does kind of sound just like he's jealous. Just like he's too big of a nerd to like ever do anything interesting or fun. Okay, moving on, there might be some products in this video that I might want to check out. Let's check this ad. Here we go.
Against you. I've been wearing Tommy John for several years at this point. I don't wear any other type of underwear. It's just that good. 25%.
Hey, I don't want to hear about those little extra smalls you got on. You better cool it, man. You got to be going like this.
Well, folks, have you ever been walking down the street minding your own business and suddenly...
No, I actually haven't. I usually get in other people's business. Oh, that was rhetorical. Okay, sorry.
There you saw it. A Kia? And you thought to yourself, I will steal that Kia.
I have thought that.
That is the case being made by a New York Times columnist, that when people steal Kias and Hyundais, actually, it's the car's fault. It comes courtesy of Farhad Manjoo, of the New York Times.
Who
is a reliable source for some of the dumbest stuff you ever heard. Kia and Hyundai helped enable a crime wave. They should pay for it. Wait, you ask, are Kia and Hyundai hiring gangs of criminals to steal each other's vehicles? No, that's not what they did. Apparently, they just didn't take enough precautions to prevent people from stealing their vehicles. I'm not kidding. This is his case. Why are so many cars getting stolen? Police departments and city officials point to this. Millions of Kias and Hyundais are ridiculously easy to steal. So it's the fault of the car, you see. The car basically wanted it. Its skirt was too short. It needed to be stolen.
Okay, they're doing a little comedy there. You doing a little...
C.K. Louis.
Who?
C.K. Louis, the comedian.
Okay, he's a comedian. This is a pretty funny segment. He's commenting on a New York Times article about...
Uber cars.
No, it's about how Kias and some other crap are easier to steal. And he's like...
Well, why are we focusing on the criminals?
It if you read the article, it's pretty there. It's not a complicated article to understand. I'll read just one paragraph. For years now, most automakers have equipped most of the cars they sell in the United States with electronic immobilizers, devices that prevent cars from starting unless they detect a radio ID code, blah, 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 blah. But Hyundai and Kia, who make
Uber cars,
which come under the same South Korean conglomerate, did not install this basic device in somewhere around 9 million cars sold between 2011 and 2022. So it's just a story about how they didn't make their cars as safe as they should have, so more of them get stolen. That's it. And he's like,
But what about these criminals?
and of course, not getting anywhere into the root of theft or any of that. Of course not. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a story about how a car manufacturer cut a corner.
That's what he's like, but criminals, they're bad.
Hollywood continues to sink into the mire. The latest indicator is 5 late night hosts who nobody even knew was missing. Did you know that those late night hosts weren't even on the air? Did you notice it?
No.
I didn't notice it because no one noticed it.
Right.
But now they have formed their own crappy podcast. I say it's crappy because I actually tried to listen to some of it yesterday, and it's pretty unlistenable. It is Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, and John Oliver all created a podcast called Strike Force 5.
Amazing.
Because they're striking, guys, because you see they're on strike.
Strike Force 5 is the name of our podcast. Subscribe to it now.
Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts. But Spotify, you
Oh. Oh.
Welcome to the industry, gang. Whew. And not everybody is built for podcasting. Let's just put it.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to listen to that crap, but guaranteed it's 100,000 times better than your piece of garbage of a show.
That's still, I assume, a better sort of backup plan than the backup plan of Drea DiMatteo. She is the really excellent actress from The Sopranos.
Oh!
She played Adriana LaServa. She has now joined OnlyFans, which is, I suppose,
I
one
see
way.
where this is going. First the underwear. Now you're doing this. Over Adriana LaServa. You going like this.
Here we go.
How old is Drea DiMatteo at this point?
None of your business.
She's 51.
Oh, great.
If you're relegated at 51 to doing OnlyFans, something has gone wrong in your life.
Yeah, very similar reply to the Jimmy Kimmel thing. You look at what you do. Absolute garbage. 100 times worse than what Adriana's doing, all right?
For research purposes, I had to go and check out the OnlyFans of Adriana. I'll say it's highly unorthodox. I was going like this. And I went like this.
Oh! Oh!
Okay, remember when this guy was complaining about, the Jimmy Kimmel and all these guys suck. You know, they're not funny. Check out this. Check out this comedy. Here we go.
Banner features a picture of her donning a star-printed blue bikini.
Ooh.
And her profile pictures features a not-safe-for-work snap of herself posing on a mattress wearing nothing but cowboy boots. The Sopornos reads her bio on OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah. Hollywood. Slow clap for our moral betters over there.
Oh, amazing. Amazing bit there on the Drea DiMatteo OnlyFans crap.
She's on OnlyFans. Okay. Okay, so that's a thing. You guys hear about this Drea DiMatteo's on OnlyFans. So that just happened.
His audience is actually way funnier than him. They're not funny, but funnier than him. Oh man, Christopher is going to be pissed when he finds out about this.
Oh! Oh!
You know, all right, it's definitely funnier than what he's saying. Look at this pervert right here. I wanted Meadow, I got Adriana, I compromised you, little pervert.
He came up out of nowhere and just started saying all this weird stuff.
What kind of weird stuff?
Dr. Jordan Peterson,
Never
a
heard of him.
psychologist and a best-selling author who joins us now.
Oh.
All right, so doctor, how will you be processing and showcasing this reprogramming for us? Because we'd like to know what's going on.
Hi. Well, I'm going to do everything I can to make all of this as public as I possibly can. I mean, I've done that from the beginning. I released all the documents that included the charges, so to speak, that the college has levied against me.
Okay, this is another Daily Wire guy we like to give a little bit of a hard time to. That's right. What does he sound like?
Hi.
Like that. Dr. Jordan James Peterman. I did a video about this a couple days ago, kind of making fun of him, giving him a hard time because he's whining and complaining about being part of a hierarchy where you're not allowed to go on Twitter and tell people that they should kill themselves. and maintain a license as a psychologist. And it frankly seemed a bit grifty. It seemed a little on the scammy side to me. And people have been a little critical that he, just a couple days ago, set up a GoFundMe that's, he's trying to raise $250,000 for, it's a little unclear. It's a little unclear. He's raised $76,000 in just a couple days. Somebody anonymously donated 10 G's. Woo! I have therefore set up this campaign to ensure the funds I have in place to see this battle through without reservation to the Supreme Court of Canada, if need be, and to help others who have found themselves in the same predicament do the same. This is one of the more vague GoFundMes I've seen. Usually it's like, I'm trying to do a thing and I need a certain amount of money to do a definite thing. And then there'll be an end product. This just sort of seems like, can I have money, please? I'm going through a hard time. Can I have money, please? $250,000, please.
These Riddler suits aren't gonna pay for themselves, you sons of bitches. I mean, fans.
It's 10:45 a.m. on a Saturday. I am 29 and single, and I don't have kids yet. Here's what your Saturday morning looks like when you're single at 29 and you don't have a kid running around the house. I didn't rise from my bed until 10:15. Every time I thought, I should probably get up and do something. I thought, why? Nobody's making me. I'm not missing out on anything. I went to Beyonce last night, and I didn't get home until 1 a.m. And I danced and drank my little heart out.
Okay, here's an interesting little story here involving another one of these daily
perverts.
What's the guy's name again? Matt Walsh. He put this on Twitter. It's some lady doing a TikTok where she's like, I don't have kids, so I could go get drunk at Beyonce and go like this. This is the sound of 29-year-olds at a Beyonce show. And then they look at Beyonce and they go,
Hi.
Yada, yada, yada.
Boom, boom. Toilet.
That's them at the Beyonce concert. Yeah, so this Daily Wire guy, Matt Walsh, is really pissed off at this lady, this 29-year-old lady, because, what does he say? Her life doesn't revolve around her family and kids, so instead it revolves around TV shows and pop stars. Worst of all, she's too stupid. Hey, man, come on, man. Worst of all, she's too stupid to realize how depressing it is.
And I woke up a tad hungover this morning, which is probably why I was in bed for so long. And I was just scrolling on my phone and I saw a picture of shakshuka and I thought, you know what sounds really good? Maybe I'm going to learn how to make shakshuka today. Because I have no plans and I don't have kids and I don't have a husband and I don't have errands to run. I can go to the grocery store and learn how to make shakshuka. So that's on my agenda today. Also on my...
Okay, obviously this Daily Wire guy is a resentful little puke and turd. That's his job or whatever. But he did miss an opportunity here, which is to just say, what the fuck is shakshuka? What the fuck? If you have so much free time, lady, because you don't have kids and all this family and all this crap, I think you have time to explain what the hell is shakshuka. God damn you. Anyway, talk to you guys later.
Okay, now it's time for some topics du jour.
Okay.
Okay. New York City is nothing without pizza.
I'm out in Miami.
Elon Musk is in the news because he is blaming an elite LA school for brainwashing his communist trans child into hating him for being rich. And this is an interesting story for us to cover, definitely compelling for me as a parent. Essentially, Elon Musk believes that had his child not gone to this $50,000 a year school, the child would not have thought that they were transgender. The child would not be hating him right now and all of his riches. And to be clear, there is definitely some merit to that. Obviously, first off, it's lost. And so it's not a surprise. We often talk about the role that these schools are having, even the Department of Education, which there is currently sending down all of these narratives and wanting children to believe in these indoctrinated beliefs such as LGBTQ agenda.
You know, it is sad to see like a parent estranged from their child. The child's like, yeah, I want nothing to do with you. You know, I get it though. I definitely get it. Okay, this is from 4 days ago. Here we go. This is Fox News.
Elon Musk is blaming a rift with his daughter on the progressive Los Angeles private school where he sent her. Musk claims the Crossroads School indoctrinated his daughter, turning her into a communist. She has reportedly cut ties with her billionaire dad. Musk says, quote, she went beyond socialism to being a full communist and thinking that anyone rich is evil. He adds, I've made many overtures, but she doesn't want to spend time with me. Musk's daughter is not the only notable alum of the Crossroads School in LA. Stars like Jack Black, Maya Rudolph, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Jonah Hill also went there.
Communists.
Molly, it's interesting coming off the heels of our discussion.
This is really good because you remember when Ben Shapiro was saying we're supposed to aspire. Okay, guys, come on. We're supposed to aspire to the wealthy of our society, you know, and Elon Musk is a great example of this. And I would definitely look to him for parenting. I would definitely look to him as like a parenting role model. First of all, if you have a transgender kid, make sure to talk a bunch of bullshit about that on Twitter, that it's evil or whatever. And when they're 18 years old and they start to form their own beliefs, say, oh, you were brainwashed by that expensive school I sent you to. You're not an autonomous person trying to figure out the world and coming up with your own identity and beliefs and all this. No, you were brainwashed. Okay, here's another Candace Owens part. She's having a little bit of a hard time with her audience. Check this out.
This is not the first time they've made weird allegations about me.
Oh, God.
They saw me tag a picture of one of my best friends whose last name is Schwab.
Okay.
And then they connected me to, therefore, that girl must be related to Klaus Schwab, because obviously every person on the planet who's got the last name Schwab must be related to Klaus Schwab of the World Economic.
Right. Yeah, you're kind of discovering who your audience is a little bit, Candy, right? They're a little interesting, right?
That's really weird.
You look at your audience and you go,
It's weird.
And so I thought, after concluding this interview, wouldn't it be funny if I figured out how to get pizza in Manhattan, which is a staple, obviously. I'm in Manhattan. I love pizza. The pizza's not that great down here in Tennessee.
Calm down.
Without being vaccinated. Challenge accepted. We figured out how to do it. We got somebody to go and get us a whole pizza. And I said, let's snap a picture. Bragging rights.
All
Bit
right.
into that pepperoni pizza. And whoa, whoa, whoa. The comments under Instagram. Candace Owens is involved in Pizzagate. Candace Owens, she's somehow connected to the Clintons. She's somehow connected to George Soros. She's somehow...
Yeah, I mean, pretty shocking. You know, you collect an audience of kooks and some of them say weird stuff. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
What?
You know, you got some of them in your comments saying,
New York City is nothing without pizza. Give us pizza or give us death.
Okay, anyway, let's check in with Gwendolyn Shapiro. She's covering a very serious topic here, the Maui fires, devastating fires. Thank God we have Gwen Shapiro to go to take it very seriously. Here we go.
The water was turned off. The parents could not get back to their kids who were home from school that day. They couldn't warn them that there was a fire coming. There were entire neighborhoods just full of kids home alone.
Oh
it's
my God.
sickening. And people are questioning this, rightfully so, because it just doesn't add up. People were left defenseless. And guys, this is an excellent reason why you should invest in My Patriot Supply. In a world filled with uncertainties, one shocking headline spreads panic.
Son of a bitch, this lady. Come on. Come on, Gwen. Oh, yeah, I know it's a devastating fire. Ooh, a good opportunity to peddle my scam food buckets. Oh, a bunch of people's homes were devastated in a terrible fire. Ooh, good opportunity to peddle a company that sells plastic garbage cans with a bunch of rice in them with a huge markup. Well, there we go, guys. Another one in the books, as I call it. What day is it? It's Wednesday. Oh, God. You know, could be worse. Could be worse, we say, but we're getting through it. Be sure to keep it weird. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys.
Guess what? You're not even getting the whole show. If you want every episode and a whole bunch of other
subscribe on Patreon.
Subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. Just click the stupid little link below the video in the comments.
See, right there.
There you go. Click it, and that, yep. When you become a patron for as little as 2 bones, you get the Tuesday, Thursday, patron-only episodes. You also get the weekly Book Oblega show where we talk about important books. The questions and comments thing where you can ask questions and make comments and all this crap.
All for less than the price of a rancid Charleston chew.
And for only 25 putrid little dollars,
you could become a producer.
That's right, support the show and get your name up here. Look at these people. Look at these people that make the show possible, okay? God. I mean, without these beautiful people, this show goes straight into the dumpster. A rotten, just wet, disgusting dumpster, behind a restaurant. So there's old milk in there. That's where this show ends up without these people. Is that what you want? Okay, I guess it's okay. No, I guess it's what you want. I'll just leave. Nope. It's done. It's too late. Okay. Here we go. Here's the dump truck. Here's the dump truck come to pick up the show. This is what would happen with no producers. Thank you.